In this video blog, we're going to talk about why an experienced broker stands out in this particular market. I know that everyone's looking at all the various websites these days, and websites do today give you quite a bit of information, but there's nothing like the understanding that comes from someone who is experienced and really knows the market. In a very good market, you didn't need to know so much, and it didn't matter if you had a really strong broker because it was all a matter of racing to the finish line. But in a market like this, having someone who has navigated the market, who understands the history of the market, can be absolutely not only critical but invaluable to a buyer and a seller. For a buyer, having the knowledge of the market is extremely helpful. And again, even though there's all this information on websites, which is extremely helpful, knowing a little bit about the building, the history, the nuance, why this might be a good investment, what the broker has seen historically on an editorial basis is extremely helpful in my opinion. So having that editorial comment is very important and can help you make the decision to either go for it or not. In addition, superior negotiation skills make a world of difference. Right now, the brokers who are making it are brokers, and the buyers for that matter, who are making it, who are people who have strong negotiating skills and know what it takes. They have to understand the seller's mindset, the psychology of the seller, but not only that, if there's another broker involved that represents the seller, that broker or buyer has to understand even the broker's mindset and the psychology of that particular broker. So having someone who's experienced and who knows that mindset, both either of the seller or of the broker, makes again a world of difference and can be the difference between a deal or a better price or no deal or a worse price. So that's yet another reason to hire someone who's very experienced and knowledgeable. It's also important in this day and age because troubleshooting is very important in any market, but in a market that is a little bit tentative, it is even more important. Problems come up in real estate deals. They just do. And understanding how to solve them, anticipating them, and being able to come up with creative solutions makes, again, a world of difference and can mean the difference between having the apartment that you want and not having the apartment that you want. It is also important to know that brokers who have been in the business for a long time and have the skill set do have these long-term relationships with other brokers, and that can make for a world of difference. When I'm a seller's agent and I see a broker coming with a buyer and I know that broker and know they're very good, very often I feel confident that they'll be able to have the buyer, meet the deadlines and do what's needed in order to make the deal proceed smoothly. And last but not at all least on the buyer side of the equation, the broker knows the board and is usually able to navigate the board, and this is absolutely critical information that no website can give anyone because it is so much that's something that has been learned over years and intuited over years, that it is again something that's an invaluable asset in a broker who has experience and knowledge. Now for sellers, again, the same holds true. That knowledge of the board is absolutely critical and can make the difference between having a deal go through and not. It is also important for the broker to have extremely detailed and intimate knowledge with the market in which you're selling. It'll help position you and put you in the best possible light when you go to market your apartment to get the best possible price. And someone who negotiates and understands financing, especially these days with the buildings having to qualify for financing, it is an important time to have that kind of a knowledge of the marketplace. So again, when a buyer comes, you're able to have information and knowledge that the broker can convey based on their experience. The broker's experience can also help with not only the positioning from a marketing standpoint, but the proper pricing, which in this market is really an art and not a science. I mean, there is a scientific aspect to it, but the art of pricing is absolutely key and critical in this market and can make a huge difference in the price at which you sell an apartment. Professional sales skills are enormously important and helpful in this market, as they are in almost any market. But again, in this market, it's navigating a little bit more of a tentative buyer. Very important to have someone who understands the mindset of that tentative buyer. And very important to have marketing skills, cutting-edge marketing skills that can get your apartment out to everyone in the New York area, all the brokers, even overseas, on all the new media, and have the best possible photographs, the best floor plan, and everything that you deserve as a seller to make the most of your sales price. And coupled with that are staging and creative marketing that can help overcome any property flaws. In a market where there's a bit of tentativeness, it is very important to deal with the property flaws, which can become exaggerated in a market where people are looking for problems. So the proper marketing and creative staging can make all the difference in the world. So if you wish to contact me to discuss this, please feel free to do so through my website, www.deannakory.com, and also follow me on Facebook and Twitter.